Alright, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you're doing fine. So Crytek is currently reworking all 3 maps for Hunt Showdown, and I want to share with you guys what they did, because map knowledge is key. Keep in mind, everything is from the 1.7 test server, so there might be 1 or 2 changes until it hits live. So let's get this started with Lawson Delta, and first compound that we're gonna have a look at is Windy Run. So you can already see, facing south right now, that there's now a cornfield, which makes the approach a little bit easier. Also, they added this hunting tower right here, which is awesome because with this one you can actually shoot at the top level of the boss lair. This entry point changed too, because that was actually a wooden wall before, and now it's concrete and you have only that metal gate to get in. There's this little jumping point there where you can get out, but that's only a one-way exit. And then we have a look to the east, and they got rid of this little white hut and they added these 2 mini barns right here, which is pretty cool. This space was a little bit tougher to rotate because, well, it's super exposed. Also, when you were running to the extraction, they could shoot from this forest right here and from the other forest, of course, right at you. Also, the entry point here, this cage thing, changed. You have now the normal metal slide doors. Otherwise, only the main compound changed. Let's enter that one through this new ladder. So you can access this roof now right here. And you have 2 entry points. One is right here. No big deal, to be honest. I would not stay on this roof for too long because you're super exposed. There's no cover up here. And this is the second entry point where you can go into the boss lair. You actually have to crouch there. They also added these little peek holes here. Not a huge fan. You will probably die the moment you look out of there. But otherwise, I have to say, the rework for Windy Run is actually quite huge. And here you can see again when people come down from the south, way harder to spot them. I like this. I like it when it's easier for people attacking than defending, in complete honesty. So Windy Run, nice rework. And next up we have Prison, and surprisingly they didn't change anything in Prison. What they did change is this forest area here. So it's a little bit more open now. It has a bit more paths. Also, there were, like, before, a few major dirt islands and they broke them up, so you can actually go through these dirt islands now. They removed a little bit of cover there. For example, right here, this was one massive dirt island and now you can go through here. I like this. This is actually quite the hotspot on live server regarding PvP combat, so I like that they changed that. Also, right here, this little corner, there was one specific tree where you think you can go through, but you actually can't. And I died there so many times that I actually remember the specific tree. So I'm happy that they reworked that. I would love to see more reworks regarding Prison, especially the inner part. The inner part is still a little bit dicey, but at least they're starting now to rework the maps. What they did to this forest here is absolutely nice and amazing. Alright, enough Prison talk. So, Maw Battery. At first glance, nothing changed in the compound, and you know why? Because nothing changed. But if we have a look outside, right there, they added this hunting outpost on top of the dirt hill. And I'm a huge fan of that. Lots of people were already shooting from there, and you had not the biggest cover, so at least now you have a little bit more cover in the tower. However, don't forget, always turn off the lantern that is on the ceiling, because when people shoot that, it's gonna be hot in there. And because lots of people will probably ask me that, yes, you can actually see from this window over to the hunting tower. So people can see you from the hunting tower when you peek as the bounty carriers out of this window. So be careful with that one. Now let's talk about Lawson Station. I actually did 2 recordings, one for live server and one for test server, to actually see the differences. If we face now the east side here, these barricades, they're old. The cover over there, this is all old, already on live server. The rooftop though, nothing changed, which is a little bit of a shame. I would like to see a little bit more cover on rooftops. It's borderline suicidal to go on the rooftops against experienced players. If you get down there without cover, getting you back up is really difficult. Outside here though, outside the waiting area for the station part, they added more of these suitcase covers. Yeah, alright, so that's basically it. They said it's more for defending for the people who have the bounty in this specific boss lair. Alright, they also did something with the lights, so you can destroy them now. Another access point here to the rooftop, also already on live server. Alright, next. Fort Carmick. So, not a lot changed here, but it's a very important change. So, this right here is a new entry point to another floor in the northern tower. The elevator is right here. You can actually access this one, and you can access this part from the outer roof. You can see it right here through that hole. So you take the ladder up there, get in there, and you are in the northern tower. I like this. Maybe not that important for bounty hunt, to be honest, but for quick play, this is actually a huge deal. I was sitting up there, you know, having a snack, killing people left and right, and all I had to do was cover 1 or 2 entry points. Now you can floor bang the wellspring, so that is pretty cool. Also outside east, they added a few more runes, you know, to get a little bit more cover, to make this whole area a little bit more interesting. For fighting, for hiding, I don't know, but it's almost a small city rune. I wonder how the PvP will feel over there. We will probably see that soon enough. A compound that got lots of reworks is Wolfshead. Eastern part, these 2 towers, they are now reinforced to give you a little bit more cover. The southern part, this connection thing there, completely changed. Let's check that out. So, if you go inside the southeast corner, there is normally a ladder to get up. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the ladder. There you see, it's gone. Because you're always vulnerable while climbing the ladder. So I'm pretty happy that they added these stairs here. Also, the inside part, it's a little bit wider now than before. I absolutely like it. And they added a few windows. You can then just shoot across the compound and find the people. Another thing that I like is this parkour part here. So they added this roof. So you can now flank here in this northwestern part of the compound. And they also got rid of a little bit of the railing here for the balcony, and you can jump back on there. So I like this. Everything that gives me more movement options, I'm a huge fan of that. Otherwise, there are 2 more things that they changed. There's a little metal walkway here. You cannot get into this little gap that is coming here, this one. But you can look outside, and you can maybe get a nasty angle, nasty shot there. I could not vault up there, and I could not jump over there. However, they changed something inside, again, pretty similar to the northwestern part of the compound. They got rid of a little bit of railing there, so you can just drop down here. I actually don't know if this is not already on the live server. I do not remember this, so I think this is new. That's not it though, the boss compound, and this is something that I love. The east side got a couple more windows, and this area here is bigger. So you get a little bit more movement there, which is pretty cool. So, man, Wolfshead, pretty nice. And the last one is Brickworks with 2 changes. So, right here we are on the east side, outside of the compound, and this ladder lets you push the compound a little bit more easily. So, this roof was already accessible before, so no big changes right here, but now you get another attack point for bounty layer, which is pretty nice. They did a similar change on the west side, right here. This ladder here is new as well. You can use this one for attacking, for defending. The other one is more for attacking in my opinion, but right here you can defend people approaching the compound. But as the attacker, you can also now have a nice position to look into the boss lair. So yeah, 2 changes. Both of the roofs were already accessible, so it's more a quality of life thing. So a short summary, I really love most of the reworks. I'm kind of missing a bit more though. The rooftops should get a little bit more cover. I think that would be nice. In the Wild West, you always see it in movies. They're shooting from rooftops and stuff like that. Just get there a little bit of cover up there, sandbags or whatever. I think this would be a nice little detail for the map. I truly love everything that gives a little bit more attack possibilities and also reduces the hiding possibilities. Looking at you there, Fort Carmick. Really, that you cannot hide anymore up there as the wellspring so easily. I love it, because now you can just shoot through the floor pretty easily. Keep in mind, you see the wellspring with the dark side boost. I'm also happy that they're finally changing the old maps, because they also changed the cell. Don't get me wrong, but that will just like be a couple minutes video. But the old one, the first one, and now Lawson Delta, they needed quite some reworks. There's one more thing that I'm not okay with though. Map number 1, map number 3, you can go on most of these little dirt hills that are across the map. On Lawson Delta you can, and I still don't understand why. It's kinda breaking my combat flow. I know this might sound stupid now, but this is why I love that you can like rotate around, or you can cut across these dirt hills and just attack from above. Why not on Lawson Delta? I'm confused why this got changed, and then they brought it back with the Sol. I was really confused with the Sol, and suddenly, wait, I can access all these dirt hills. This would be something that, maybe not all of them, but most of them, I would like to access that. Gives a little bit more of a fluid movement across the map. But hey, I like that the old maps are getting some love, and I would say, right now, that's enough, and we roll the outro. And that's the first out of 3 map reworks. Still working on the other 2, I want them released before 1.7 goes live. So expect them the upcoming days. Then the usual shout out to these legends here, my patrons. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, more map updates coming soon. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye bye.